Hi everyone. Welcome to Terri TV. I just wanted to come in quickly and shout at you today because I try to broadcast a couple times a week, and with all this going on here in Southern California, fires and taxes and everything that we have obligated in January, it has been a 2025 year. So I just want to pop in here really quick and chat with you a bit, and to say that one of the things that I thought it would be good to talk about is to celebrate, or to acknowledge, not really celebrate, but to honor David Lynch, celebrate David Lynch, because he passed away yesterday. His birthday is actually this Monday, and so I'm sorry he didn't get to make it to there. But I just wanted to say a few words about him. I wanted to say that I will miss him. If you saw the little thumbnail, I worked on the original Dune, 1984. I was brought in to first do body casts on the team. Everything's a team. But I was brought in first to do body casts on the actors, and then the people who are going to be performing in it. So I did a body cast. I didn't do Kyle MacLachlan's body cast. That was way earlier. But I did do the body casts of, I did assist in the body cast of Sting, and Sean Young, and Ken, the person who played the Baron. You guys can help me with that, right? Post it in the comments, because it's early for me today. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, as many Southern California people are. I can't imagine what it would be like if I was someone who had lost my home. And this is getting scarier and scarier and scarier as they dig deeper into all of the stuff that these people have to deal with. I mean, they say call your insurance plan, and people are like, well, I got to find my policy, or maybe I raced out so fast. Palisades fire was so hot, you barely got to get out with yourself and your pets, let alone remember the documents that you have to get. So this is a wake-up call for all of us, and that maybe we should create this now. If our house is standing, and or it's just a hello, be alerted to the fact that maybe we need to gather these things together to make sure that we are safe. Those things we can just grab and go, but in many cases, to be honest, with the Palisades fire, they may not have been able to do that. And if you were away from home, there's nothing you can do, right? So it's time to think about that. So my heart goes out to all of them. I want to continue to encourage you all not to be part of the problem. More and more and more, we have seen some really beautiful things that people have done as human beings with donations, and Disney came together and donated, and Warner Brothers donated, and so many people donated to places like the Salvation Army and to the firefighters organization, and things that are needed right now. But the key to this, before I continue with David Lynch, is that the key to this is to know that this is going to be ongoing for a while. So right now, the momentum is very high to donate, to help, to assist from everyone. They're doing a concert to help them. But as the months continue on, we have to remain diligent and remember that I mean, if you live in California, that we want to continue to help in any way we can. So, and not to be a person who is stealing someone's car or looting or whatever. I also wanted to say something that just boggles my mind. When I watch the news and people have stayed near their homes and their homes were saved. If you want to send the message, news people, that you'd like them to evacuate, then there needs to be examples of people who evacuated, that it was a good thing. I know they're out there, but every time you interview someone who says, I stayed home and here's my house, it's safe, it says to me that if I were in that area, I may want to stay to protect my home. So we all have to just be, and it's not me giving advice. Well, yeah, I guess it is me giving advice, but I'm basically saying that the firefighters have all said that when you stay, it can be very scary for them if you should run into some real problems. It's best to evacuate. Just get out. But then you see some people who said, "No, I'm not going to." And today they interviewed a man who's just really challenged about having evacuated. And then he's trying to stay somewhere else, and everyone is gouging him. People are raising their hotel rates, raising their room rates, raising their rent rates. This is part of the problem. It's not part of the solution. We have to help each other. And I just hope that this this occurs, because you don't want to give someone the wrong impression. You don't want someone to think that maybe I should have stayed in my home and then I'd have my home, or I'm staying in my home now, uh, and it doesn't have power, but I have nowhere else to stay. I can't pay $400 a month, and that's what I have a house for. So if you see something, say something is the big thing. The message we want to get out there, and help protect your neighbors. There's a lot of lessons to be learned as we watch people have the challenges. And then you might have seen the Palisades, where if they hadn't suffered enough, now water and mudslides and landslides are happening and snapping houses that were good in half and destroying those. So I can't imagine what it's like. I really can't imagine what it's like to be struggling as much as all of them are, no matter where they are. If you lost your home, this is not a cool thing. David Lynch, I worked with him in 1984, and it was just wonderful. So I just wanted to tell you that working with him was just a joy, because a quirky individual, a fun individual, a fine individual, and I'm going to miss him. He had a channel, and I hope that maybe the family will allow him to continue to play it, to keep rerunning it. If you get onto YouTube and you haven't already looked up his channel, it's super cute. It's super quirky, like David was. David is responsible for sending me down to Mexico to stunt double for Sean Young. David was responsible for giving me one of the best suits that I ever got to build that was never in the movie. Uh, so go ahead and post in the comments if you want to talk more about Dune and David. But I did want to come in and say firsthand that working with him was an absolute joy. And I was very young, and just I got to work with him, Frank Herbert, and Bob Ringwood, who was the costume designer on it. Frank Herbert obviously wrote Dune, and it was just an absolute pleasure. No matter how you feel about the movie, working on the movie was a joy. And I want to give a shout out to Spice Diver, who's also on YouTube. I hope he did a 3-hour version of the 1984 version, which I absolutely adore. I love it. And if you get a chance to see that, that is the best Dune. That was the dream that David had, that Frank Herbert had, and that Bob Ringwood had. All of us were hoping to have that nice 3-hour cut that David did. This is not David's 3-hour cut that he did, but if you go to Spice Diver, just put in the YouTube Spice Diver and pray that it hasn't been taken down, because it is so, so, so good. It's about 3 hours long, and it is the Dune that we wanted to create, but didn't get the opportunity to do so. Lots of the footage that was shot, it ended up on the cutting room floor, because Raffaella De Laurentiis decided that the movie was too long, and she was gonna redo all that was promised. And that's just the way it was back then. They didn't want to do long movies. Now long movies are very, very much appreciated. So many were asking David if he would bring his cut back, and he didn't really want to revisit it. And if you've read articles, he thinks that's the worst movie he ever did was Dune. But I wish I was able to let him know that it was one of the most fun experiences of my life. I had a great time building the still suits. I had a wonderful time meeting many of the actors and fine-tuning the suits specifically to them. That was one of my roles. And getting to sit with him and talk to him about certain attributes as I was doing this, thinner and fatter and all that. I don't want to take too much of your time. I got to go, but I did want to just pop in and say to you, and to David and to David's family, what a tremendous loss. And if you go to David Lynch's channel, I hope it's still up on YouTube, where he tells you the weather and gives you the number of the day. So quirky, so odd, so fabulous. But what a great thing for me to tune into every single day. Just simple, fun, cute on his YouTube channel. So I hope you'll check it out. I love you guys. I will see you next time. And bye for now. Oh, do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. And now is a great time to go out and do whatever you can, even no matter what you can do to help this relief effort for those who have lost their homes. I encourage you to do so now and in the coming months. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye for now.